Joseph Campbell's original hero's journey assumed the adventurer started in a coherent village, a stable world with a shared sense of reality. That myth followed a clear circle: hear the call, cross the threshold, slay the dragon, and return with a prize. But that circle has shattered. Today's hero leads a world already splintered by design, where the path forward is obscured by a billion competing signals. Instead of a physical threshold, we face algorithmic fog and climate grief. These modern obstacles do more than distract. They erode the sustained attention required to perceive and respond to the literal collapse of our environment. Because our ability to act depends entirely on the stories we use to orient ourselves, a broken myth leads to a dead planet. The monomyth must evolve to meet these specific digital and ecological trials, or it will die alongside the biosphere. The old refusal of the call used to be a choice. Now it's the default state of endless scrolling. In this world, the mentor only appears during a feed glitch or in the unbearable silence when the screen finally goes dark. This is the attention abyss. It doesn't roar like a dragon. It whispers through perfect personalization until your own independent thoughts feel boring by comparison. Every dopamine microhit weakens the muscle of choice. While the planet crosses irreversible temperature thresholds, our weaponized nervous systems are too overstimulated to register the weight of what is being lost. The modern ordeal reveals a horrifying shift. There is no external beast to slay. You have become the fuel for the machine you're trapped in. Most people descend into this abyss and simply call it modern life. But like the belly of the whale, the abyss is a place of transformation. Success means learning to wield this environment rather than drowning in it. We can no longer expect to find meaning in a world built to harvest our attention. Meaning must be forged, moment by moment, against the current of the feed. This work requires the soul forger, a new archetype that hammers light out of the specific dark materials of the 21st century. The soul forger refuses the false choice between total digital surrender and an impossible return to offline purity. The work happens in the cracks between these worlds. The soul forger uses AI as hammer and ore, climate data as the heat, and digital exhaustion as the anvil. Their primary craft is sustained attention, the one resource the machine is most desperate to steal. The goal of this art is coherent action inside an active collapse. It is the ability to maintain presence while the old systems fall away. A soul forger cannot temper their spirit in isolation. They require a new form of community to serve as their anvil, the ember hearth. This space requires rigid physical parameters, no more than 6 people, a mandatory physical fire. Phones buried outside the circle to ensure that attention remains focused and unharvested. Here, digital shame and climate dread are spoken aloud without judgment. By witnessing each other's truth, the group practices attention like a martial art. The Ember Hearth functions as a living immune system against the isolation economy. It provides the collective strength needed to resist the pull of the abyss. The Dragon Cave Call ritual is a battlefield-tested protocol designed to recalibrate the nervous system and put the hammer back in the hands of the soul forger. To begin, kill every screen and leave the house in total darkness. Light 1 candle and sit before it. Speak your full name aloud 3 times until the sound itself begins to feel strange and detached from the digital persona you've built. Breathe with the timer. Inhale for 4 counts while feeling the weight of the world. Hold for 7. Exhale for 8 while visualizing dragon fire, clearing the compulsive loops from your mind. Repeat this cycle 11 times. At the end, blow out the candle and write down one specific action you will take tomorrow that chooses meaning over stimulation. Then sit in the darkness for 3 minutes. These physical steps bridge the gap between abstract myth and the daily struggle for survival. They remind the body what is actually at stake. Every ancient myth assumed the world would endure. Our new myths must begin with the reality that the world as we knew it will not. This shifts the entire purpose of the journey. The hero's task is no longer to return to the village. The task is to become a fit home for whatever remains. The monomyth lives whenever you choose presence over the feed. Each choice to speak truth around a real flame builds the foundation for this new home. The call is personal. The motion comic of your life is already playing. It is time to make the next frame count.